Makabayan Bloc is urging the House of Representatives to investigate the Department of Education's classroom construction program, citing persistent backlogs and unmet targets since 2018. Mobile journalist Amy Atienza has the report.
Makabayan Bloc urges the House of Representatives anew as they filed a House resolution to investigate the school building program of the Department of Education during Duterte and Marcos administrations. In its data, classroom constructions did not reach the target since 2018. It included the 192 built classrooms in 2023, which is only 3% of the targeted 6,379 built classrooms under the leadership of Vice President Sara Duterte as DepEd Secretary. In DepEd's defense, they have worked with the Department of Public Works and Highways for classroom constructions, to which the said agency has recently focused its attention to the flood control projects. ACT Teachers Party List Representative Antonio Tino took this as a huge misfavor for the education sector.
Mabigat na statement yan coming from no less than the Secretary of the Department of Education. Pinaprioritize nga ba itong mga corruption-prone flood control projects over classroom construction? Siyempre, napakabigat ng impact yan.
Gabriela Women's Party Representative Sara Ilago also urged the lower chamber to immediately act upon the issue, saying that classroom backlogs have severely affected the learning conditions of students in the country.
Sa atin, paano ba natin mapapabilis itong pagtugon sa napakatindi natin na backlog pagdating sa classroom sa bansa na nagre-resulta din sa mga gross oversized na mga classes na ang dulo-dulo ay nakaka-apekto sa pag-aaral ng mga kabataan.
As of date, the sector still has over 140,000 classroom construction backlogs. The House of Representatives also approved an additional 35 billion pesos for basic education facilities in the national budget for 2026. Kapatid Amy Atienza, we are One News.
Concerning numbers dyan, 11 classrooms ng isang taon. I think that was 2018, 2019.
Yes.
Tapos
Ngayon,
2022 ba? Zero.
Ngayon, 2025, the target was supposedly, according to DPWH, 1,770. But dun sa mga lumabas na report natin, mga 22, 25 lang yung nagawa daw nilang classroom. So, syempre, ang tinatanong dito also yung aside dun sa mga proseso nila, ano din yung was it a prioritization process? Kasama din ba yun? Kasi pagdating sa budget, meron naman. Diba? Tapos nagkakaroon pa ng mga conflicting statements, numbers no, na ini-issue ang DPWH versus sa DepEd. Sinasabi ng DPWH, ito na yung mga nagawa naming classroom. Pero if you will ask DepEd naman, sasabihin nila, no, ganito yung numbers. So maganda dyan, yung COA, i-check nila. Diba? Para walang conflicting.
That's why they're trying to pass a bill that will decentralize yung paggawa ng proyekto.
Yeah,
I-separate ang lahat ng, for example, schools will fall under DepEd's guidance to be done per LGU area.
Yes.
Kasi LGU ang nakakaalam. Tapos magkakaroon ng bidding or for the contractors per LGU area na masasakop sa school. Hindi na lahat ng project or infrastructure under DPWH unless it is a national project, a national road, a national bridge. Ayun. Pero yung mga projects na nasasakupan within yung jurisdictional issues ng, let's say, Quezon City, Manila, iaatas sa district office ng area na yan.
Totoo yun, kasi yan din yung pinupush nila, Congressman Roman Romulo, nila DepEd Secretary Sonny Angara, na yun nga, gawin muna under DepEd, tapos LGU makikipagtulungan pagdating sa classroom construction.
Kasi laging nagtuturuan yung dalawang ahensya kung sino may kasalanan. Ito, kung ganito ang bill na mangyayari, malinaw na kung sino ang responsible.
Tapos parang si Secretary Sonny Angara, he's also looking at the time when Brother Luistro pa, yung nasa DepEd, Armin Luistro, na ang ginawa, nakipag-partner, yung sa private partnership. Kasi sabi niya, at that time, and if you can remember that also, marami-rami yung mga classroom na na-build when they did that project. Sabi niya, baka pwede natin gayahin din yung time na yon para mas marami tayo mga classrooms na ma-build. Hindi tayo ganito nakukulang-kulang.
Hindi actually, hindi mo makukompleto yan eh. Kahit hahabulin mo yung number na backlog,
Oo.
by the time mahabol mo yung backlog, may dumami na ang number of students year in, year out.
Exactly.
So paakyat ng paakyat. So I think it's going to be very hard if you're gonna centralize it pa rin sa DPWH. So I agree na, sige, let's try na baka every city we can address the backlog little by little. Like Quezon City, bahala siya sa mga classroom shortages niya, di ba?
Plus kasi they know naman which areas yung kailangan ng mga classrooms, di ba? At saka nangyayari kasi nagkakaroon ng mga, dahil sa kakulangan ng mga classroom na to, nagkakaroon ng mga shifting schedules ng mga estudyante. Let's say for
Suffer
example,
equality.
sa isang lugar, sa Rizal, di ba? Merong 3 shiftings dyan. Unang batch ng mga mag-aaral will go to 5 a.m. class, tapos may tanghali, tapos may gabi. So nagsasuffer yung quality of education because of that as well, and among other things. So yan, yung mga titignan natin na mga issue tungkol sa classroom construction.